drive this car basically for free. Some of you guys who follow me around on various social media platforms have probably noticed I got myself a car. A brand new Tesla Model 3 2019. Well, that's brand new. Now, the reaction I got from a lot of people is actually, how can you afford a car like this? It must be really expensive. And it kind of is, but then again, it's not. So let me tell you how I managed to drive this car basically for free and actually kind of get paid for it in the end. Anyway, huge shout out, by the way, to Graham Stefan, who inspired me actually to do this video. And honestly, this whole thing began by watching his video about buying a Tesla himself. And I was actually looking for a new replacement car because, you know, my old car, 2010 Peugeot, you American people probably don't even know what that is. So I kind of wanted to step it up a notch, and I was looking for some awesome cars, and I was actually already pretty settled on a 2019 Mercedes-Benz CLA for about 35 to 40,000 euros. You know, I always looked at Teslas, and they were always kind of a little bit too expensive for me, just a little bit too much, you know. But then I saw Graham's video, and it was like the Tesla for 35,000. Well, not quite. First of all, we're in Europe. It's more like 45,000 for the baseline model, and euros and not dollars. And with some extras, for example, fully self-driving, actually just fully self-driving, I ended up with a configuration price of about 55,000 euros. So about 10 to 20,000 euros more than I initially wanted to spend. Now, as I have a social media marketing agency operate in Austria, where we are right now, which is Europe, by the way, I figured, why not take the whole car as a company car? Because, well, you know, I kind of am the company, and of course, you should finance the car, because what company does finance their cars? Because it turns out you get a lot of benefits, actually, when you do that. So first of all, in my country, we apparently have an electric vehicle offensive, whatever that means. And they give you money when you buy one of those cars. In my case, for example, that was 1,800 euros from the government, cash on hand, or you know what I mean, and 1,500 euros from some other government stuff, which is about 3,300 euros just charged back to your account just for free, kind of cash on hand. Not bad, actually. Then there's even more stuff that I can take advantage of with this Tesla. For example, in Austria, we have the special car tax, which is kind of tied to emissions and basically makes cars a little bit more expensive than, let's say, in Germany, you know, just Europe in general. You know, now I know this is an Austrian specific thing, but I'm sure there's some equivalent options in whatever country you're at. For example, if you're in the US, for example, just watch Graham's video. He did a very, very good job. Then, as a company car, if it's an electric vehicle, you're exempt from paying taxes on it if it doesn't cost more than 50,000 euros, which it does, because 55,000 minus the government credits, minus the taxes, equals about 43 to 45,000. I don't really remember anymore, which is a lot closer to my original budget that I wanted to spend on my CLA. Interesting, right? Also, there's even more benefits, my friends, because not only you pay way less taxes on the insurance, for example, than with a gas-powered car, I'm actually also exempt from something called fringe benefits, whatever that is. Basically, you kind of have to pay private taxes for your car if you also use it privately here in Austria, and you know, also the amount that you have to pay is kind of tied to emissions that you have in your car, which for example, in my Tesla case, 0, which is why I pay 0 of these fringe benefits. Basically, it's something where I pay taxes at the end of the year because it's my income, even though it's not. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to understand, but yeah, just believe me. And not to mention the gas savings that I have, even though I have to pay at Tesla superchargers and other networks, for example, Ionity, I recommend that. But if you're a little smart about it, just a little bit smart about it, you could pretty much go for free. You know, drive this whole thing for free. There's so many free charges around Europe. I currently drove around 4,000 kilometers. I don't even know how much miles. And I'd say about 2,000 of those kilometers were totally for free, just charging somewhere where it was free. Now, let's do the math on how I actually get paid for driving this thing. You know, I'm gonna keep my calculations always in relation to the Mercedes-Benz CLA that I was initially to buy, to give you some perspective. Now, let's do the math on how I actually get paid to drive this thing, because I'm gonna keep my calculations always in relation to that Mercedes CLA that I was about to buy, just to give you some perspective. And frankly, this calculation would have looked a little bit different if you weren't looking to buy a new car anyway, just to give you a little disclaimer on that. So to get the financing done, I had to pay, of course, a deposit, because we're kind of a new company. I kind of understand, if you watch my YouTube videos, they were probably looking myself up, found out my YouTube videos, and they were like, of course, you have to pay deposit on that. We can't let this guy drive this thing. So out of pocket, I had to pay 9,000 euros, and my monthly rates, of course, which are about 360 euros per month, which equals about 4,320 per year. So the first year of driving this thing actually equals 13,320 euros to drive. Now, like I said earlier, I'm eligible to get back some money by the government. In our case, that was 3,300 euros. And also, I get some tax rebates, because this car is a company car, and with especially EV paragraph stuff like that, of course I get back the taxes on my monthly payments, which is about 864 euros, and the taxes on the deposit, which is also a great thing. And here comes the interesting part. A lot of people actually don't factor in when getting a new car the real life costs, my friends. First of all, the Nova, it's just an Austrian thing, basically the special car tax for Austria, which in the case of the CLA, for example, which I would have bought anyway, would have cost me about 6,500 euros. Now, I know that price is already factored in the end price, but I basically could have bought 6,500 euros just for extras. Basically, the autopilot cost me about 6,000 euros for this car, so basically that was for free, if you know what I mean. So also, I mentioned these fringe benefits. If I went for the CLA, for example, I would have had to add 450 euros to my income each month, which at the end of the year would have been an extra 5,400 euros of taxable income, where I had to pay taxes on at the end of the year. Things that I don't have to do here with my electric vehicle. Also, the insurance, by the way. A regular gas-powered car with way less power and torque, because it's actually pretty fast, would have cost me, with the cheapest option, it was like the cheapest I could find, about 2,825 euros and 30 cents per year. With my Tesla right now, for insure this whole thing fully, I pay 1,100 euros for it. So again, it saves me 1,725 euros 30 cents. And of course, my friends, you guys said the gas savings. As I mentioned, right now, I've almost driven this car for free. And assuming I drive about 20,000 kilometers per year, which is kind of on the low end, I drive a lot. Anyway, I save an additional about 2,000 to 2,500 euros in gas savings per year. Calculating that all of these real life costs together, I save 15,625 euros for the first year. Of course, it's after the first year, which, all of the tax stuff gets deducted. I get back some money and rebates, stuff like that. But still, from a business kind of standpoint, and I would have bought another car anyway, that's a huge difference. It's basically driving the whole car for free, at least for the first year. Plus, there's another very, very interesting fact I've noticed recently. The amount of comments, DMs, everything I've gotten since I got this car, and I didn't share it a lot with the people, only a little bit on my Instagram. And a lot of those guys in my DMs told me that they see it kind of as a proof that I'm not foolish, having a real, genuine business, and, not just fake it YouTube stuff, which, at least to a lot of people that wrote me exactly that, gives me a lot more credibility, apparently, So the effect that car has on my whole social media ROI, is pretty great, I would say. Yeah, it's hard to put numbers on it yet, because you have to see, but I think it's got a great ROI social media wise. Plus, the videos I make with this car on YouTube, the YouTube money that I get, which is just peanuts. But if it's 430 euros a month, it's actually basically even free out of the pocket free, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so thanks for watching. This is how much the car cost me, or actually I kind of get back 200 euros per month. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, my name is Dominik. We usually talk about social media marketing, about building your personal brand so you can actually get a car like this and kind of get paid for it. I know it's kind of clickbait, but just to open your eyes, okay? Anyway, we talk about social media marketing. We talk about building your personal brand. Already said that, right? And yeah, if you're interested in that, of course, hit that subscribe button. Like I hit the And you know, like this video, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in a couple of days, my friends. If you got questions, by the way, just comment down below. It really helps me a lot. Bye bye, my friends. Bye bye.